Hey guys, it's Adam here, and in today's video I'm going to take a look at a VPN service called IPVanish. Now, IPVanish is one of the most familiar VPN names on the market today, but just how good is it? Is it worth your time and money? Stay tuned to find out, because in this review I will take a look at the most pressing questions related to this provider, and then you can decide if IPVanish is the right VPN for you. Okay, for the first question, is IPVanish safe to use? So, IPVanish offers good security and privacy. Its features can provide you with a safe online experience when streaming videos, torrenting, gaming, file sharing, unblocking geo-blocked content, and so on. But let's see how IPVanish does in different categories related to security and privacy. Now, when it comes to encryption and tunneling protocols, IPVanish features military-grade encryption, which is one of the safest types used by both financial and military institutions worldwide. Also, IPVanish offers various VPN protocols including WireGuard, OpenVPN TCP, OpenVPN UDP, IPv2/IPSec, L2TP/IPSec, and PPTP. And it's great that IPVanish has recently updated its VPN tunneling protocols with WireGuard. Actually, this upgrade is a significant milestone for IPVanish and a great performance improvement for users. And other protocol options are solid as well. Just make sure to avoid the PPTP option unless you know what you're doing. PPTP is an outdated protocol with severe security vulnerabilities and should only be used as a last resort option. Thankfully, IPVanish also offers a kill switch that will shut down internet traffic if your connection drops. This is an essential feature for every VPN. With a kill switch enabled, your connection will remain encrypted and your identity secret at all times. The IPVanish kill switch allows the user to choose which programs the switch will shut down and which ones will continue working in case of a VPN failure. Currently, IPVanish only offers the kill switch feature on its Windows, macOS and Android apps, which can leave your connection insufficiently protected on Linux and iOS devices, so be sure to take additional precautions with IPVanish on those platforms. I tested the IPVanish kill switch on my Windows desktop and found it to work consistently whenever I got disconnected from the VPN. Next, split tunneling is another feature I liked when I tested IPVanish. With split tunneling, you can select which apps and websites you want to protect and which ones you're okay with being routed through your ISP. This way you get more control in terms of your online activities. Also, you can enable split tunneling on Android by simply going to the settings on your mobile app. There, you'll be able to compile a list of the apps that you want to be protected with the VPN. Because this feature is extremely useful, I'm hoping that IPVanish will introduce it to its other apps shortly. And of course, one area that I paid attention to during my testing is IP and DNS leak protection. A VPN might have the best features, but if it leaks your IP address, then it's no good. To find out how IPVanish does in IP and DNS leak protection, I ran a test and found no DNS WebRTC or IPv6 leak issues. So because IPVanish has reliable leak protection, you can be sure that IPVanish is safe to use for masking your IP address. Okay, it's also important to consider where a VPN company is based. In the case of IPVanish, it's owned by the US-based VPN company StackPath. Unfortunately, this means that IPVanish is not operating in a privacy-friendly climate. The United States is one of the founders of the Five Eyes Alliance, with a data-hungry network of intelligence agencies, corporate surveillance, and other concerns. This is especially the case after the Patriot Act was rebooted in May 2020, so I'm always skeptical of maximum security VPN providers that are based in surveillance-friendly countries like the US. Still, if you're not a political activist, journalist, or anyone else of any interest to the government, IPVanish should suit you just fine. And so, while being based in the US is not the best case scenario when it comes to keeping user data private, a transparent logging policy can improve the provider's reputation. And although IPVanish was embroiled in a privacy scandal a long time ago, the VPN is under different ownership now. But the company that currently owns IPVanish is StackPath, and they seem to be interested in improving their product's reputation, starting with an independent third-party audit. In any case, unless you need to do something super sensitive, you shouldn't be worried. And then, as of the size and quality of their server network, IPVanish is actually one of the biggest in the VPN business. At the moment, IPVanish has more than 1,900 servers in over 51 countries. While the numbers may not look as impressive as those of some of the competitors, the overall performance is great. Another nice feature is that IPVanish owns and manages all of its servers instead of renting them as most providers do. Doing so ensures that IPVanish has more control over quality and security, and most users consider this an advantage. So overall, I don't mind that IPVanish has fewer servers compared to some other providers. Even with a small account, the product delivers what I would expect from an excellent virtual private network. And that brings us to the next section of this review, which is performance. So, is IPVanish fast? Well, they claim to offer some of the best speeds on the market today. And to see if these claims match with reality, I started regular test drives using a speed test tool. It measured the speeds in Germany, the UK and the US while connected to the VPN servers in the same countries. And it turns out you can expect IPVanish to offer pretty good performance, especially in nearby locations. The most significant download speed drop-off is in the US, but IPVanish still manages to stay among the top. But when it comes to uploading, IPVanish is not among the fastest VPNs, but should be sufficient for the average user. And then the situation with ping is as expected, meaning ping was good nearby and worsened with distance. Now, for the next question, does IPVanish support your device? Well, yes, it most likely does. As far as its multi-platform support goes, IPVanish is available on all of the more popular desktop and mobile platforms, including Windows, macOS, iOS, Android, Linux, as well as Chromebook OS, Amazon Fire TV and Fire Stick, Windows phones and routers. And you can use up to 10 devices with one single subscription, which is probably more than enough for the whole family. But the best part is that the installation is easy for any app that you choose. So what about streaming with IPVanish? Okay, bypassing geo-blocks is a popular reason for users to choose a particular VPN over another one. While IPVanish is a decent option when it comes to streaming, there's a couple of things you should consider before committing to this service. For one thing, IPVanish unblocks Netflix US, but no other libraries, and it does so only if you switch from IKEv2 to OpenVPN with traffic scrambling turned on. Of course, it's also hard to say much about the speeds because I couldn't access the Netflix fast.com test, and sometimes I couldn't even load the Netflix website. It's clear from these test results that IPVanish may have trouble unblocking Netflix. However, I can't say that you won't be able to use it for streaming. It's just not that reliable. Sadly, IPVanish isn't able to bypass geo-blocks of Hulu either, and when it comes to other streaming platforms, the situation is quite similar. IPVanish isn't able to unblock Amazon Prime Video or BBC iPlayer, so if you're in the market for a VPN that works well for streaming, then I'd suggest looking for other VPN services that excel in this category, and personally I'd recommend ExpressVPN because it's the fastest VPN I've tested and the most reliable when it comes to unblocking popular streaming services like Netflix, Hulu or Amazon Video. Also, in case you want to learn more about ExpressVPN, I'll put a link to my full review in the video description below, along with a discount link. Now, getting back to this review, it's also worth considering the quality of customer support that a VPN service offers. In the case of IPVanish, I found that there are plenty of ways to get help. This includes 24/7 live chat support, FAQ pages, knowledge base and email support. Actually, my experience with them were only positive. In fact, customer support agents were well spoken and helpful. Okay, now at this point you might be wondering, how much does IPVanish cost? So for some people, pricing is the most important factor, while others may prioritize security or speed when choosing a VPN. And like other companies, IPVanish has pricing plans with monthly and annual deals. Prices start around $11 per month or $13 if you sign up for their 500GB cloud backup service. All of the IPVanish annual plans have a 30-day money-back guarantee, which is pretty much the industry standard. Actually, the rates are quite fair compared to what pricier VPN providers have to offer. Now, if you're an iOS user, you can go for the free trial option before investing your money. However, one thing that I didn't like is that the anonymous payment methods like cryptocurrencies can't be used. With IPVanish, you can only pay with a credit card or PayPal, and this could turn away customers who need the highest possible level of online privacy. On the other hand, IPVanish didn't seem to be targeting those looking for the greatest anonymity anyway. Alright, so should you get IPVanish? Well, as you can see from my review, IPVanish has plenty of pros. As a matter of fact, I can say that it's among the best ones I've seen, tested and reviewed. And overall, there are only a few superior VPNs out there, so depending on your needs, you might find IPVanish to be suitable enough. So that pretty much sums up my review, but before I end it, I would like to answer some of the more frequently asked questions that I get about IPVanish. So for the first question, does IPVanish have a Chrome browser extension? Unfortunately, as of now, it still doesn't have any browser extensions at all. Hopefully introducing Chrome or Firefox extensions is an update they're working on. So for the second question, is IPVanish free? Well, no, they only offer paid plans. You can subscribe to this VPN for a month, 3 months or a year. But remember that not being free makes IPVanish a more reliable provider. The majority of free services not only fail to meet their users' expectations, but also violate their privacy. And for the final question, what are the best IPVanish alternatives? Now, IPVanish is an excellent provider for many. However, if you're eager to explore alternatives, then there are a number of options out there. Two of these are ExpressVPN and NordVPN, which I've reviewed as well. So hopefully this video was helpful. If so, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. And just a reminder, if you are interested in trying out any of the VPNs I've mentioned in this video, be sure to check out the special discount links that I'll put in the description area below. Also, if you have any questions, please leave a comment and subscribe to this channel if you want to stay up to date on the latest VPNs.